Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tanya. If you don't know me already, I'm a life and business mentor. And before I get into today's topic, I just want to let you know that I have just launched my brand new beta program called the Impact and the Income Academy. Now, I'm super excited for this because this has the potential to change the trajectory of your entire life, and I'm super excited to launch it. It's a 6-week mastermind, and we work together to craft a powerful and compelling message, and not only that, a powerful and compelling offer that really solves the problem that your ideal clients are struggling with right now. And it's absolutely everything that I wish I had when I first started in the coaching space. I really got stuck in doing all the freebies, all the low ticket offers, thinking I had to create funnels and lead magnets and nurture sequences, and you really get caught up in this world where it's so complicated. And the truth of the matter is that you can focus on those things if you want, if you're looking to, dominate the world with your coaching. But I'm talking to the women who have a story. They've been through something and they know, and they've come out the other end and they're transformed completely, whether it's a divorce, whether it's in relationships, whether it's through energy healing, a spiritual awakening, overcoming self-doubt, like whatever it is, and you have a story and you've overcome it, and you're trying to build your coaching practice, but there's just something missing. And so I've created, and I want this to be the best online coaching program for spiritual entrepreneurs in the world. I want this to be revolutionary because I don't just go into mindset. I don't just go into strategy. I really focus on bringing out your true unique essence, teaching you the power of niching down and saying no, because this is where most people go wrong. They just don't know it. And I also work heavily with feminine energetics, activating your feminine, because a lot of women are running their businesses from a masculine energy, and we have to balance the chakras and the energy out for you to be able to receive cash into your business consistently. And I also am trauma informed. So I work through any subconscious blocks, any past trauma that you have, and I help you clear it all up so we can build a beautiful biz from the ground up. So that's it. That's basically the essential parts of it, the Impact and Income Academy. But like I said, we're still in a beta testing. So if you are interested and you really like the sound of this and you want to land your first client, you really want to build a biz where the foundations are set from the start. You want to build a powerful brand that stands the test of time, because a lot of coaches are going out there and spreading themselves thin. They don't have the foundations right, and they're just stuck on this treadmill. This is what I used to call the imaginary treadmill to nowhere. You get started as a coach to make an impact, but you're making anything but, and you're just burning yourself out. So if that sounds like you, I'm going to leave the link to the sales page in the link below, and you can apply simply by visiting the sales page. But if you do have more questions, feel free to leave a comment, or feel free to visit me over on my Instagram and send me a DM, and we can chat more about it. So without further ado, let's get into today's topic. Today's topic is all about bad coaching experiences. Now, if you are in the coaching space, no doubt you've had a bad coaching experience before, and you'll actually be surprised it's more common than it is not. Because the coaching industry isn't regulated, there are so many people out there offering their services and doing work that is like very mediocre. And I'm not going to lie, I want to raise the standards. That's also why I created the Impact and the Income Academy, because I'm all about integrity and I'm all about delivering the best possible experience for my clients. And I want to lead leaders. There are a lot of coaches who are doing very mediocre jobs. And I think that, we get to play a bigger game. We get to step into what it really means to transform someone's life, because If you're a coach, you're here to transform people's lives. And if you're not, then you're simply an opportunity seeker. We're here to transform lives, right? But no doubt you've had a bad coaching experience before. And guys, this can be really subtle. Like, I have invested in products before where I was so in it, like it was a full F yes, body yes when I went into it. But we have to remember, as on your personal development journey, your soul is always expanding. So what worked for you 3 years ago might not be working for you right now. So it is a continual process. I invested in myself, my first coaching program ever. And it was giving me all the basic stuff, like building a website, and it was perfect for what I needed at the time. But then they made me believe that to grow my business, I needed to invest the tens of thousands of dollars. Have you ever had a bad coaching experience before? Because I have. I have had not many, but a few mentors and coaches who have left me in tears. And mind you, this was not something, that I invested lots of money in. It might have just been through, a certain program I attended, and it was just like someone that came in after I had signed up, or it was like a bad salesperson, whatever. But I've had instances where I was crying and I was like, we get to do better. Like, if you are in the personal development industry and you're not trauma informed at all, we've got a problem, because people in personal development generally have some kind of trauma that they're working through. And so we have to raise the standards here. But before I get into the best tips on finding a coach that's perfect for you, and these are going to be really, really good tips that I want you to take away and really, really think about when you're thinking about investing in yourself and, building your coaching business, I'll talk a little bit about the experience that I had. I had an experience with a coach who, was much older, more established, and, was really doing the thing. They had a really successful business, and they are what I like to call an in-the-box coach. An in-the-box coach is really good at getting things done and taking action and keeping you accountable and doing all the kind of surface level fluffy stuff, but they're only able to see a vision for you that's within their box, that's within their, not even within their vision, just within their box idea of what has been done in the world before. And this is really limiting, because if you have a coach who's in the box and doesn't see the possibilities that you see, and if you have a vision, if you have a dream that's never been done before, but you feel so pulled and so called to make that a reality, an in-the-box coach is going to limit you, and they're going to be a bad investment. Because they're going to make you doubt yourself. They're going to put you in a box and make you do what everyone else is doing. And you're going to get mediocre results because your energy is just going to be flat like this, or it's just going to go downhill. So this is what I had. I experienced an in-the-box coach. And, my emotional intelligence and I'm tapped into my intuition very, very well. I'm very grounded. So I'm able to set healthy boundaries and know that this person doesn't have the same visions that I do. They don't see the world from the same perspective that I do. So I've got to really own that, and I've really got to step into my power and trust my intuition, because it's pulling you and it's telling you, it's trying to speak to you through your feelings. So if you're feeling like your energy is going down like this, you need to listen and you need to think, is this mentor, is this coach really helping me, or are they just trying to put me in a box? Because I'm here to help people fulfill their highest expression of their soul. So whether you have a dream or a vision that's never been done before, amazing. The bigger the dream, the better, guys. Like, we're here to make an impact. And also, as entrepreneurs, like, we're artists, we get to create things that have never really been created before. And that's really where the magic is. And that's how we move, humanity forward and the collective forward. So you really want to be careful with any coach or mentor that you have, even if it's just someone who has been kind of passed on to you in a certain setting. Like, I know there are a lot of mentors in universities too that give advice to young people like millennials and end up actually putting them in a box. So, if you are someone who's looking for their purpose, or you're looking to create something that's really soul aligned, maybe you've had a spiritual awakening, the Impact in the Income Academy can really help you bring out your true essence and build a soulful aligned business from the ground up, and help you clarify your message, craft a unique signature high-end offer that's going to represent your value in the market and the transformation that you deliver, and also land your first client. So guys, be really careful when you're working with a mentor who's an in-the-box coach, as I like to call it. You really want a coach to bring you closer to your most authentic self. And so if you feel that they're taking you further away from who you truly are, no matter how crazy, weird, wild, unconventional it is, then you want to steer clear of that coach, because they themselves are trapped maybe in a mental prison. Maybe they haven't had their own spiritual awakening. And so these kind of people are just not going to get you simply on that level. So here's another scenario. What if you invested in a coach or a mentor or a program, and they were legit, they really delivered on the promise, but then you realized the transformation you were seeking wasn't there? This is where the gold is, guys, because this is where the majority of the world is. We're obsessed with consuming information, and this is where I was for a long time. And sometimes it's necessary, but most of the time it's not. Most of the time, if you learn something and you take action, that's the only way you're able to teach it again to somebody else, or the only way you're going to see results is if you're taking action on the information. So we're quickly moving away from an information-based era to an integration-based society or era. We are already in a skill-based economy, and we're also becoming more conscious by the day. No matter how much information you have, no matter how much knowledge you have, and sometimes when you have more, you can actually suffer your own intelligence and really just sabotage yourself. I have been there, guys, for sure. I feel like as women, we suffer from self-doubt a lot more, but there is transformation available to you when you invest in yourself and when you really believe in yourself. And it's not just about getting rid of self-doubt at all, like never having it ever again, because it still visits me from time to time. But your inaction is what breeds the self-doubt and the uncertainty and the lack of action and all that kind of stuff. So if you've invested in coaches and mentors purely for information, which a lot of people do, and there's no real focus on integration and taking action, then you need to find a community who's really moving fast, who's taking action. And so that's what I'm creating inside the Impact in the Income Academy. We're here to move fast, we're here to take action, but we're also trauma informed. So we're not going to make you feel like you're less than, or like you aren't going to achieve the results, because of XYZ. We really hold space for each other, but we also hold each other to higher standards and keep each other accountable. Here's my 5 tips to finding a soul-aligned business mentor or coach. So number 1, make sure they are trauma informed. Make sure they have real empathy and not just cognitive empathy, because there are a lot of people who use cognitive empathy, but living in your mind is so different than really feeling and putting yourself in somebody else's shoes and connecting with someone on an intimate level. So you really need a coach who's going to come down to your level, not speak at you like they know more than you, but really meet you where you're at and really hold that safety for you to be able to move through whatever's blocking you and whatever's holding you back from achieving the goals that you really want to achieve in life. They should really make you feel seen and heard, and be able to bring out the absolute best in you and inspire you to be better, do better, and grow, basically. And number 2, make sure they are at least 2 steps ahead of you. You don't have to fall for I'm a 7-figure entrepreneur, I'm an 8-figure entrepreneur. I've fell for that in the past, and it doesn't always mean that they're the right coach for you. Actually, it generally doesn't mean anything. It just means that you have to work on getting into alignment and really feeling into who's the best coach for you to move you forward and help you create the dream life and business that you always wanted. And, a caveat to that is this is such a personal development journey. There's so many things that we uncover about ourselves along the way. So you might not always make the absolute right decision, but as long as you're listening to that yes energetic response, then you're definitely going to be on the right path. Number 3, make sure they have a good reputation. So if they don't have any testimonials and, they're maybe just starting out, then you really want to look at how are they engaging with their audience? What's their energy like? Do they feel disassociated, or are they really engaged? Do they feel safe? And what's their vibe like in the business? And so, I've been a part of a lot of Facebook groups, and quite frankly, the energy is really, really low, and you can see that the group or the person who created the group is actually really using it to their own benefit, and the results are just rarely there. It's just something to be cautious of. Does this person genuinely want your life to transform and change, or are they just putting you again in a box and not providing the transformation and community that you really need to make a change? So it's up to you to also get outside of your comfort zone and demand a higher standard for yourself too. It's always a two-way street. So you have to stretch your comfort zone. I realized when I first got started, at the time it was a stretch, but then I had to know when to call it quits and be like, okay, now it's time for me to step up and step into my own truth. Number 4, make sure you're a full body, fuck yes, whenever you are looking for a soul-aligned coach or mentor to help you achieve your goals and help you get to the next level. And number 5, if you don't feel safe, and what I mean by that is if you don't feel safe to laugh, cry, whatever with your coach or business mentor, they're probably not the coach for you, because anyone who makes you feel bad for being emotional, anyone who makes you feel bad for, for standing in your light and being your true authentic self is not the coach for you and is not the person for you. So guys, those are my 5 tips. If you have any questions about this, or if you've had your own bad experience, I'd love to hear from you, because I am really all about integrity, and I'm all about changing the industry and really providing the transformations that people desire in their business, in their lives. And so I would love to hear from you. The more conversations we have and the more we share our truth with people, the more we can help make things better. So guys, if you found really value in this video, please hit subscribe, make sure you hit like, make sure you leave me a comment, and I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.